As you leave Kampala city center for northern Uganda, you will probably have to go through Bwaise, a busy suburb on the Kampala-Gulu highway. This route, which also leads to South Sudan and beyond, is the most preferred by motorists from many parts of the city because of that smooth northern bypass, which also passes here. Bwaise is one of the 3 extremely busy places in Kampala where life goes on for 24 hours. The others are neighboring Wandegeya and Kabalagala on the other side of the town. So, what does Bwaise have to offer? Join me on the roller coaster ride through this suburb that begins now. Bwaise is the biggest administrative unit in Kawempe division that has a population of over 400,000. It's midway between the city center and the division headquarters in Kawempe. As you head to the city center, you pass via part of the spectacular 21-kilometer northern bypass, giving the impression that all is fine ahead. But the name Bwaise is a Luganda word, which means what has powered cannot be recovered. And true to form, rains are a source of sorrow here due to the low-lying terrain. Kampala City Council is clearing the drainage channels that have been clogged with silt and all sorts of waste.
We may then have the audacity to go to people and tell them to pay for property rates and licenses because they will see that we are giving them services.
Matoke sale, mainly done by the roadside, is the main business during the day. Most of this matoke, a delicacy among people from central and western Uganda, is transported from Balara. But Bwaise has people from different walks of life. There is also an active small-scale industrial zone with welders, but unemployment remains a big problem here, especially among the youth. This young man, a technical school graduate, makes kiosks, each of which he sells at 1.2 million shillings to earn a living.
I'm really happy for what I've done and for what I've achieved because my family is happy.
Every day, these 4 children accompany their mother and return home, which is almost 3 kilometers away, at about midnight. The youngsters pick some skills along the way.
We use wicker candles, yet these children love playing with matchboxes.
As dusk sets in, it's elbow-to-elbow movement as residents do quick shopping by the roadside, buying fruits, vegetables, and steaming food. Some residents here are now returning home, but for others, the day has just begun, and the night is still very young. Those just arriving from home will work all night. There is a church nearby, but survival comes first in the minds of these ladies of the night. This poor elite area is all theirs. The sex workers rule Kimumbasa, full of dilapidated and weak structures. Kimumbasa is derived from Kenya's Mombasa coastal town. There is nothing for free here. To interview one of the girls, for a few minutes, I had to part with 5,000 shillings. Some claim to earn up to 100,000 shillings a day, or even steal from the men. Naiga ensures she is back home before her husband returns and in time to put her child to bed. Like in any other business, these ladies also incur losses. What are the challenges that you faced as you do your daily night business?
Police often arrest us, and even sometimes thugs also mug us. But if you are creative, this job pays well.
This 20-year-old girl from Mukono plans to start a business which can bring in 20,000 shillings daily. And she will say bye to Bwaise, but not soon.
With God, all things are possible.
A thief might pray before going to steal, but this girl says harsh times have forced her to survive through this deadly option. Sometimes she makes 30,000 shillings a night, but some men refuse to pay for services and become violent.
It isn't my will of coming to sleep with this and the other men, but I do it. It's Of course, it's one of my worries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
And I pray that you could achieve your goal and leave the street.
I will do.
And maybe one day you could be an important woman to the country.
Yeah.
Okay. God bless you.
Bless you.
It was high time I left the lodge so as not to be misunderstood. Besides, the temptations are high and I risked getting mugged. But Swaibu, a resident of Kimumbasa for 30 years, is hardened.
Long ago, it is an ideology where women used to go to Mombasa as traders. And you know Mombasa is well known for prostitution. So they copied ideas and they brought them this way.
The northern bypass can mesmerize during the day, but it's a death trap at night since the big expensive street lights are as good as scarecrows. But the local leaders have grand plans for Bwaise.
We are going to improve all the network of roads inside Bwaise and Kawempe. This one will, of course, give opportunities to businessmen and for any other person willing to do business in Kawempe. I'm sure in about a year's time, Bwaise, Kawempe and these localities will be a different place.
They say water is life, but for many Bwaise residents, when the heavens let up, sadness sets in. They have to empty their houses and shops of dirty flood waters. Interestingly, these people have stayed here for years and have not even thought of relocating. Many argue that Bwaise is strategic for business and its proximity to the city center is a plus due to low transport costs. And like in Wandegea and Kabalagala, Bwaise's nightlife is vibrant and man's oldest profession, prostitution, thrives here as much as it does in those two places. I'm Sudil Biarhanga for NTV Connect.